Remember. Alrighty, Facebook. Oh no, sorry, YouTube. That's right, I remember that. Alrighty, YouTube. Welcome to another one of Kip's Clips. Long time no see. Unfortunately, Her Majesty didn't want me broadcasting and stuff, so I didn't pay my YouTube license, so I wasn't able to broadcast. But anyway, that's by the by. But if anybody has any questions and wants any honest answers, please ask away. There's nothing to hide here. But by the by, who cares? So welcome in another one of Kip's Clips. Long time no see. I'm absolutely glad to be back. Never a better time for it. I'm only gutted that I didn't have time to hold my own referendum. My whole plan was to actually hold a referendum like the Eastern blocs of Ukraine did and declare independence for morons. But we didn't have time to do it. You know how like you can lock up with a see-through box, 2 tie wraps on each side, get people to put... I don't even want people to put their X in pencil, which the Scottish referendum demanded, by the way. Pencil. Fucking pencils. Days, did you vote, man?
No, I don't vote.
Well, listen, I wasn't going to vote until my missus, who is Polish, voted no. And then I felt it was my duty to vote yes to counteract her vote, because I don't think Polish people should be voting on the independence of Scotland. Does that sound racist? I don't know, but I go out with the chick, so... But I've for the first time in my life, I voted, and I voted yes. And I voted to counteract my missus's vote. Otherwise, I would not have voted, because I don't want to give people consent. But I felt, Jesus, she's voting no, so I didn't want the vote to get a... I didn't want the no to get a upper hand. That's the stupid logic that runs through my head, but that's the way it worked. So I bounced into a polling station, and they had pencils with string at the polling booths. Pencils! Feckin' pencils, man. Is it just me that sees the weirdness in that? Surely it's got to be a pen or a permanent marker or something. But anyway, so I voted yes. Not that I agree with the yes campaign, because they're both as bad as each other. And I'm actually regretting voting, actually. Because ultimately, in the hindsight of it all happening, it seems to be that we spoke about, a lot of us in the room spoke about this happening before the summertime. A lot of us talked about the social unrest that was happening this summer, and it was seen like it was the planned demolition, because like as the old, you have to destroy what's there to build upon it. So if you want the new world order and stuff like that, you have to destroy the existing institutions. And I will admit what I predicted was the yes vote would win, and Scotland would be dissolved into the greater European Union. The argument about the pound and who the currency for Scotland would be won by the pro-EU folk, and then the euro would get drip fed into Britain, or this island, whatever way you want to word it, as a currency, and then that would have put pressure on the Bank of England, and the Bank of England being a massive institution, nationalist and such, in the sense that it's got the word England in it, but we all know that's a facade. But ultimately, like for me now, in hindsight, it looks to be. I'm hearing fights outside my own door right now. Now, whether that's just normal weekend shit, I don't know. Whether it's the hangover from the yes/no vote referendum, who knows? It seems to be a wee bit more active outside than it usually is. It's got George Square in Glasgow, the square, is kicking off as well. It's a wee bit of RJ Bargy. Is that racist to say RJ Bargy, or is that just a takeaway? Who knows? But There's a wee bit argy-bargy in George Square as well. So, again, all you can do, man, is if you're wrong, all you can do is just try and reassess and try and come up with a different point of view. And it now looks to me as if it's getting, maybe it's getting used as a way of propagating civil unrest. Now, like, sorry, in fact, like, thanks to everybody that's still tuned in and stuff, man, and whatnot, man, while I've been away on holiday at Butlins and shit. If people want an explanation, let us know and I'll explain. If not, it's my business, and I've got nothing to hide. I've got nothing to explain, so I don't know. Batter in and speak to me if you want an explanation. I've got days that I need to touch base with because obviously the only Scottish dude in the room, man, and you can't get a touch for the referendum without talking to Scottish people. And then another real good guy, man, Peter from the Lowlands. Not to say Peter from England isn't a good guy. Just to say it's good. It's good to get a continental feel, an outside look of what's happening. And obviously we've got a Cookie as always, man. Thanks to everybody in the chat room, by the way. Spoke to everybody beforehand, man, and thanks to everybody, man. But Days, what was your feeling about what was happening? Days, what was your feeling about what was happening, man?
Fuck you, Kip, for missing me out there.
Sorry, John.
I'm only joking.
Undeliberate, man. John S. from Manchester as well. So everybody, man, like, it's not that I've got any anti-English sentiment right now, you bastard. But that's weird, by the way, because you're more northern, you're more Scottish than Cookie and Peter. But anyway, we'll argue about those crumbs later on, man. But Days, mate, what was your feeling? Because, like, I've seen bullshit, man, right? Like, let's say, fucking, man, aye, balls on the table, man. Fucking, I've seen douchebag 7, Dabu 7, boom, proof evidence, proof positive, where it looked like a woman made a mistake while she was counting ballots, right? Then I seen Kev, wee Baker Kev, Faker as well, trying to push off some bullshit about fucking proof positive, when it looked like a guy could... No, I'm not saying what they're presenting is bullshit. What they're doing is jumping on a bandwagon and jumping to conclusions that they know that will be easily gobbled up by fucking morons that don't want to think for themselves. I want to see the fucking cast iron evidence. The most convincing things I've seen without really looking hard was the tables with the ballots on them, and obviously the tables with the no votes with the yes cross on it and stuff. But Days, I don't know about you, mate. Glasgow voted yes, right? Glasgow voted yes. I think it was, what was it, 53% yes, 54%. So relatively still close. But when I spoke to people, man, it was never that close. The yes won it hands down. What was the feeling up there in your neck of the wood, mate? I don't know whether you want to say what neck of the wood you're in.
Well, I'm from North Lanarkshire. A lot of people would say that I don't have a right to speak on it because I didn't vote. But the reason why I didn't vote is because I'm an anarchist, which means that I don't believe in hierarchical control systems. And I believe that the whole thing is how can I put it? It's an illusion of choice for the peasants. The word government means mind control. So whatever one that you vote for, you're advocating that form of mind control. If it's nationalistic or whether it's unionistic, you are advocating that. And government is based on violence, it's based on tyranny, it's based on slavery. So whatever one that you want to put your X on, your mark of Saturn, whatever one that you want to put on there, that you want to give away your political representation, that you want to give away your authority to, this false corporation, man, this dead entity who don't care about the fucking people, who are sold out to the multinational corporations on a global level, it's just a false paradigm. Whatever way you look at it, it's based on a triangle of thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. That's how you achieve social change, and you get more social change done in times of war or in times of threats of war. So I don't get involved in it. I don't have a stake in it because it's an illusion of choice for the peasantry.
Mate, fucking, like, I don't agree with 1,000,000% what you said, but 99% of it I agree, man. The reason I can't agree with 100% is because for the first time ever in my life I voted. And like, literally, man, I was not going to vote. I did not register to vote. I get registered by default, right? And people might ask why I get registered by default. Well, without giving too many secrets, so my name's on the list, so they wanted people to be registered to vote. I can't give away too many secrets, but fucking, I get registered to vote without my fucking say-so, right? I did not volunteer my details. My details were volunteered by a fucking third party, which would be the fraudulent council tax, right? Which, by the way, they're still chasing me up for. But, here. Anyway, so the only reason I voted was to counteract my missus's my girlfriend's vote, and I shit you not, it was genuinely. It sounds petty and all that, but it was. I've spoke to her. I think I've said it to her as well, so she knows. I don't think Polish people are immigrants. Right, so it's not a racist thing, because, well, is it a racist thing? Can you be racist against Polish people because they're white? I don't know, right? But I don't think people that aren't born in Scotland should be able to vote about the independence of Scotland. English people, aye, because they've got a closer bond with us. But, like, I don't know, man. Does that sound racist? If it does, fuck yous, because it's my point of view. But, so she was voting no, which, for no great surprise to anybody, including my girlfriend, I disagreed with. So I ended up voting yes to counteract her vote, so it was kind of like a 50-50. It was just like me taking the stone out the pond. It was just kind of like me like nullifying her vote. Jesus, man. But like, all I can do is fucking say the way I seen it, man. I work on a certain brain level, which is probably close to no level at all. But anyway, that's... So I voted for the first time ever in my life, and I turned up and it was fucking, and I regret voting. I actually regret voting, because now when I turn up and call these fucking morons, I fucking voted for this shit. I've been caught in the fucking trap, but I couldn't let a no vote.
Do you mind if I just interject a wee second, mate?
Right around, man.
I think the fundamental difference that we had on this question was, do you remember that sort of red slippers idea? And it's sort of, we believe in personal sovereignty, so people go and have a look into what the word sovereignty really means, the etymology, you know. But, you know what I mean? You think that there's a certain process to that, whereas I want a radical process towards that. I think that's basically just, it was a fundamental difference between the question at the time, really, wasn't it?
Well, what I think now, man, is like personally, I don't think it didn't matter anyway what way you voted. The outcome was predetermined, I believe. Although I am going to wholeheartedly disagree with these idiots that fucking rock up and go, boom! Evidence! What evidence of an old woman that's given her time? And again, I'm not saying voting fraud didn't happen. If voting fraud if voting fraud has to happen, will happen, it will happen on a bigger and larger scale than some fucking moron sitting at a booth going, 2 votes for them, 1 vote for us. Now, you think that might make the difference? But to me personally, and this is only my own opinion, I think it will be a van leaving from, let me say, the polling station 2 seconds away from me, will change to a different van with the same bull crap in it, and it will be a different...
Do you know what, mate? I think regardless of the veracity of that particular incident, It just shows you how easy it can be manipulated. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. It's really remedial.
Isn't
You
real.
know?
Democracy isn't real, no whatever way you dress it up. And look at the bullshit as well. East Ukraine, that is an illegal vote. What are you talking about? You're meant to fucking govern and rule by the consent of people. Peter, Pedro through the lowlands. I don't know, Peter. Please fill me in, mate. And again, mate, thanks a lot, man, for staying in tune with us and stuff while I've been in the red coats. I was actually in the blue coats, but anyway, while I've been in the
Yeah,
blue.
well, I'm kind of pissed off because I started digging a tunnel and I was nearly finished. So fuck you.
Fuck. So so he didn't get a chance to finish your tunnel. But like honestly, mate,
Next time.
what's been the attitude over there? Like, especially obviously in the Netherlands, but as in like, continental Europe as a whole, man. What's been the sort of attitude towards what's happening here?
Well, the mainstream is very much on the BBC side. So like they're all for the union, and but it's kind of similar with the EU debate and all that stuff. So that was no surprise. But on the grassroots or on the street, it's like, that's not even that a bad idea. So we talked about it in the last roundtable chat we had. But the Fries people, which is like a part of Holland and Germany. So it's quite a big piece of Holland and Germany actually, and a very old nation. They used to have a king and all that stuff. They also was thinking again about it, you know. So it rattles up a lot of old feelings, and you see it all over Europe and all over the world actually. So I think it's I don't know. I think the no vote is a slap in the face for the moral of the people having hopes of some kind of change or whatever they want to believe in. It all depends on what you believe in and what this change is. You know, if you think change is going to be like a revolution and everything's going to change and there's going to be no more government or whatever, then you're disillusioned. And if you think, well, after this nothing's gonna change, you're also disillusioned because stuff is gonna change. Even with the no vote, shit is gonna change. And well, we were talking about it before the chat. There's stuff going on right now in Glasgow. So you don't know how far this goes, you know. That and if this all yeah. Because the funny thing is here that amazed us is the whole wheeling and dealing before, shortly before the vote. That would be illegal here to offer all kinds of deals and
the bargaining,
TV
like David Cameron offering X, Y, and Z and stuff. Is that?
Yeah, that would be highly illegal. Even a politician going on TV saying vote this or vote that, swaying an opinion would be illegal a couple of weeks before the actual vote.
Here's the thing, Peter, that would be good. Like obviously, being outside the UK would be good to test the water with you. Now, obviously, over here now, I listen to quite a lot of radio, right? But I tend to listen to a lot of talk radio. Now in the UK, being the closed system that is here, you're literally confined to Radio 5 Live, Talk Sport, and then your local radio, right? Now that's the choice you have in a big nation in the UK. Maybe other people disagree, but anyway, now the radio stations are not allowed to talk about opinions or anything that might be seen as swaying the vote. And especially with polls as well, because I believe that polls sway the public. Because if you're willing to vote yes, and the poll's saying 80% of the public's going to vote no, you go, I'm not going to fucking turn up. Is that the same over in Holland or other countries over on the continent, man?
Well, you have your public figures who would be, you know, on either this side or that side, like you had over there with Sean Connery and all that stuff, you know.
James Bond told me it must be.
I must suggest.
Oh man, so
So then you got that, but it's more regulated. I think it's more looked upon like, okay, that's hey, you're fucking trying to fucking sway me with fucking Jehovah tactics. Fuck off. You know. Yeah. So I think that's what the when we had the EU vote, that scared them a lot, because there was a very big vote on the and a very strong no on that. And that yeah, well, that showed me how they fucking gonna rig it till the end. Even if it would have been a yes vote, it would have been a 51% yes or a 52% yes, and then you would have had the 1%. It could be in the numbers recount. And then then stuff really happens, and they sway it anyway. And then turn it around again, or change something in the voting system, or that I would have been really surprised if it would have turned into a yes, because it would have meant they've lost control somehow. And they clearly haven't.
It would have been the end to a lot of existing institutions. Me personally, I need time to absorb this and come to my own conclusions, because it's very strange. But even I was just having a look there down the room that we've got here. So we've got Peter from the lowlands of the Netherlands. We've got Peter who he stays in the Welsh lands, and we've got John S from the Highlands of England. We'll get obviously Days from the same central belt as myself, and we've got Cookie from central England, I think you could call it. I suppose I don't want to give people's locations away, but I'm just trying to. I think I've just realised we've got a actually really good fucking broad section of the UK.
Cookie is from Middle Earth.
All we need is Cookie's from Middle Earth. All we need is Angus for the Highlands, and we're good to go, man. We'll just get Kev Baker for the Kev Baker show to head up to the fucking Inverness, man, and he's a live link, and we'll all be good to go. But fuck, man, like
every time I hear that, it sounds like a fucking Keith Lemon character or something, doesn't it? A song that will select her.
Who's that? Who's
referring to yourself in the third person like that, like doubly. So it's beyond ridiculous.
Who's referring to themselves in the third person, man?
Baker from the Cap Baker show.
Oh right, aye. Oh, do you want to, Days? Do you want to hear the funniest thing, man? And watch this space, man, because it's going to get done. Like on Dumbarton Road, there's a baker's called the Wee Bakers. Right, that's obviously going to get fucking. That's obviously going to get. I don't know, man, because the guy is a bit of a fucking disgrace, man. To be honest.
Well, I've been hoping a bit more successful with the shades on, Familiar.
They live, man. You can see them. I know my beard and my hair lives when I put my shades up and shit, but mate. I don't know, man. Like, honestly, man, like, I really don't think the guy's a fucking CIA agent or anything. I just think he's a douchebag, man. To steal an American term.
You learn a lot though, like how to get your videos dead popular and that. Let's see if you put like wow and all what and mushy and network with the right people.
Stop
man.
Your mouth now.
Turn into a monster. You know what I mean?
Of course, man.
I'm just wondering, how would you call it in Glasgow? Call him.
Call what, Peter?
Douchebag.
Douchebag. Well, you would call it a used tampon. Shit. Sorry to get gross to people, but like the guy would be called a used tampon. But tampons are taller than Kev. Like, there's no need to get fucking even.
I was hoping for something better than that, but okay.
There's no need to get barred.
Just don't go there, man. Don't get into the troll fucking bullshit.
I just think
Just don't
leave
let
him
it get to you
alone.
like that, man.
He'll hang himself in time, man. I mean, frauds will get found out. I really believe that. Frauds will get found out, man. People
Hoisted by their own petard.
I think people whose hearts are in the wrong place, they don't have it. I mean, like everybody has a like. I don't know, man. Like I just think
It's inevitable.
but I don't know, man. Fuck, it sounds like it's a hunt or something when I start this shit. But like people that just want the fame and the money and the fucking bullshit that goes with it, man. And it's not even just to feed your family. And when you actually know that he's lied about his house getting robbed, like, look, let me put that shit out there. Not talking about any names or any wee midget fucking moron leprechauns lying about their houses getting robbed, and then Muppets like nobody that I'm pointing to right now standing up and fucking saying, here, hold on, this guy's house is getting robbed. Do you want to fucking contribute? And people fucking pay money towards these twats, and they end up coining it in out of scumbaggery. I mean, who am I to say that shit? I mean, we leprechauns exist. I think I've done a show called Leprechauns. Peter, oh shit, sorry Peter, man, but Peter for the Lowlands. What was the show we done, man? Leprechauns do exist, they're real. It was true fact. It was scientific fact.
Yeah. We've proven it.
We proved that leprechauns exist, and they do exist in Glasgow as well. And in fact, here's another thing as well. I've even actually learned more. The rumours that I based this on have been even more heartfelt from the people that I have spoke to, because they stay in the slums that this wee guy stays in, man. And you know, see when a junkie fucking robs. I don't even want to say
it's another level of troll.
It's another level of scumbaggery, man. It's another level of deception. Him and his missus fucking talking shit about being robbed and stuff, and getting people to contribute towards their cause. And I'm the fool. I'm the fucking fool. I was lining up to fucking be fooled by it. I was fooled by it, man. But it was always in hindsight, great fucking learning terms, man. It taught me a lot, man. You just don't believe shit that and I'm not even talking about shit on boob tube and shit. I'm talking about the junkies on the street. That house didn't get robbed, man. It was a joke. Fucking joke, man. And I was muggins here, fucking trying to be a good guy. Like, hey, look, this guy's house has just got robbed. Buy his boy a fucking new Xbox, and the new Xbox is just all going for fucking coin for him and his missus and shit. Which is horrible, because that was used.
Kip, can I jump in at that point to use what you've just said as a link back to the topic of the vote? The reason for myself why I was saying to people go and vote yes is because this is not an election where you're voting for a party, because I think pretty much everyone knows that all the parties are much of a muchness, and taking part in that system, like Days just said, is just acquiescing to its authority. You're validating its authority by taking part. To me, the point of encouraging people to go and vote yes was for exactly that kind of reason. It seems pretty obvious to me, even though the Scottish people I know, I'm pretty confident that all of them would have said yes anyway, in one way or another. Even if they didn't want to vote, you still would have said yes to the independence idea. But I'm somewhat biased in the sense of the Scottish people I'm interacting with. I know that's the way they think. So, but for you, you encounter people in your environment. What were they all saying? You know, if you take a straw poll, were they all saying yes or were they all saying no? You know, gauge what was actually going on in your community. And from that respect, to me, the encouraging people to go and vote yes was to help expose the fraud of that very system and to make the beast display itself as they did when they were throwing threat after threat, fear porn, bribes they were offering you. And then, as Cameron did today, as I said in my little video, he made that statement where he said this is a lifetime decision, there's no disputes, no reruns. Yeah, this was a setup deliberately for them to push back down on you and say you will be part of this system. But to me, encouraging people to see the yes idea was to help spread that grassroots knowledge, that energy. Your bit of paper didn't matter, because your bit of paper is playing their game. What mattered was that you, in your heart and mind, wanted, yes, you wanted independence, and you would share that with others around you. Yeah, that's what mattered to me, connecting to people with the idea of getting rid of this empire system.
I seen your video, I seen the video that you made earlier, and obviously it made a lot of sense to me. There was a lot of truth, you know what I mean? But for me, I've just got to come down on the side of the fence that I'm just not going to partake in that pantomime. I'm just not going to partake in the charade. For me, it's about, even whatever side wins, the control system wins. Ultimately, it's about if we'd have went and been a vassal state of the EU, it'd have been about centralisation of control, you know what I mean? About being part of that, you know what I mean? So, what side, there's no win. You know what I mean?
Yes, I agree with you, mate, but that's you and me. People who are a bit more interested in the context and the details of what this thing is and what's actually going on. To me, where the difference needs to be made, and this, we've talked about this in various ways on different hangouts, is trying to get this message through to people that are still in the mass of the herd, that are still getting all their news off the BBC, that are still believing all the bullshit that they're fed every day. It's reaching them. And in general, the kind of way that we interact, the kind of conversations we have, the topics we talk about, certainly for me, I can get very esoteric, very in-depth, and it's a hell of a lot of information for people to take in. Right, so for the stuff I'm doing, it's a bit more like preaching to the choir. That's my intention, to help create these kind of networks of people that are more aware, that are more inspired and have the intention to do something. Yeah, I'm not really talking to the general public. So to me, that yes vote situation is connecting to the general populace.
No, I understand.
On the Telegraph.
I do, and you're coming from a really good place, man, and it's probably the place that I should be coming from. I feel a wee bit disillusioned, maybe because it's the first time round for me with a lot of this, you know what I mean? Yeah. Maybe I should be a wee bit more thinking about the collective, and we were talking about it. Me and Kit spoke about this red slippers sort of ideology or idea. I want it to go from one place to another directly, and it's not realistic. And man, like Peter, the ones will be the first man. He'll tell you that's not going to happen. Do you know what I mean? But I suppose it's just I've got an unrealistic, negative, disillusioned.
Can I say it's the wearing down effect. This is also part of the subtle psyops that's been going on. It's the wearing down effect, such that they make you feel more and more that there is nothing you can do, that there is no alternative, that the system always will be there. So why should you might as well just give up and go back to your drudgery.
It's not participating. Is that not a valid alternative?
Yes, it is, mate. Yes, it is, definitely. As long as you are, I know you are, doing other things that are moving you away from the system and demonstrating to others around you that is possible. Yeah? It's not just to go and sit in your cupboard and go, oh, well, they won't do what I want, so fuck them, and then go back to work the next day and, the same old fucking hamster wheel. No.
And I think
if
you don't vote, what happens then? If nobody went out to vote, they're gonna spin it into like, oh, see, they don't care. We can do whatever we want.
Would that not be akin to starving the system of energy by not participating with it and walking away from it?
If
In the
enough
long
people
run,
do
yeah,
it,
but
this is the thing to me as well. It's like getting people involved in that process will help them realise, because a lot of the people who would have gone out and voted, and this is true, in general of the public, would not have had the depth of awareness that you've got. So they wouldn't have even considered the possibility that by not participating, they can de-energise or disempower the system. So they think what they've got to do is go through that same old process of appeal to the authority. Please, master, let us have these new privileges. Please, master, let us go. Yeah. So that they need a demonstration of how this system will constantly do this kind of shit. Like you mentioned earlier, Hegelian dialectic. They will set you up for a fall to reinforce your pseudo parent master slave relationship, to make you think that there are no alternatives.
I understand, and I respect your point of view, mate, and I totally think on another day, maybe if I get out of bed a different way, I'd think about it a different way. But it's just like I fell down on this side of the fence for this one. I've just been a bit...
It will grow, right? Like,
I think it's lovely to do.
Like Kip said earlier, get your own ballot box and demonstrate to people that you can do this for yourselves from a grassroots level.
And I want to, and I think I have to, man. I want to step in, man, because like Peter for the Lowlands, but I also want to need to take in Peter from the Welsh lands as well, because sorry, man, and again, man, I hate the ignorance and stuff, man, and I do feel horrible when people feel like, and Kendo, hopefully, and you, John S. as well, man. Everybody deserves their own fucking wee section to say whatever.
Say whatever I like. Yes. Hello.
So, Peter Batterin, man, sorry, mate. Welcome. Thanks to your, and I said to you as well, man. Thanks for your kind words before we went on air about me being on in Butlins and stuff, man. So, please, Batterin, and listen. I'm not saying this to detract from what Days and what Cookie's saying, because that was a quality fucking conversation, and I hope to dip back into that. But I just, and Days and Cookie, keep your points of view, man, and please let's get stuck back into that. But I think it's only fair, it's like, do you know what I mean? Because otherwise, I walk away. Anyway, sorry, Peter. Peter from the Welsh lands.
Yeah, good evening, everybody.
Man, because like, God, my, you know my girlfriend's a bigger fan of yours than the mash stuff I do. Is that you getting any trouble in the background, Peter?
What's that, Kip? Sorry, I missed that.
Oh, I'm saying, is that your girlfriend? Is that your missus giving you into trouble?
No, there's nobody here. I'm all alone. That was not me.
Oh, right. Well, it must have been somebody else's girlfriend. I think it might have been Kendall's or something. But what I'm saying,
apologies, it was my missus.
No worries, Kendall. And John S as well, man. I hate people to feel that I'm not forgetting about anybody, man. It's just sometimes the conversation, and I don't know about you, man. I think it's a cracking conversation. But Peter from the Welsh lands, please give us your.
Yeah, so I've just been listening to what everybody's been chatting about, and along a similar vein, I've watched the result today, and I think it's obvious there's a lot of very disappointed people out there, and that's how it goes. I mean, I listened to Cookie's video as well that he put up, and I'm in agreement with everything that's been said, really. And it's just it's a realization process, isn't it, for people? They thought they could get something, and when it really comes down to the crunch, they're not going to give it to you. I was thinking yes, I was hoping yes, in a sense, just for I said in my show on Wednesday, just for the fact that it would give somebody a starting block from somewhere to move forward, in that sense, and it gives you some independence, and it's all a good thing, but they were never going to do it, and I felt in heart of hearts, that's why I was a bit blasé about it in the weeks leading up to it, because I knew it was all a fucking fix, and it's all going to go the way of, they're never going to want that, they're going to, it's like feeding you the transparent dangling carrot syndrome, and everybody goes chasing it, and whatever, and you're all let down, and it's not a nice feeling. And when you get sucked in like that, it can feel really. And you said there's trouble in, the city centre tonight in Glasgow, some little scuffles and things like that happening, and people are pissed off, and it's how you sort of build yourself up. But know this, you it's time to reflect on yourself, and see that you can make improvements from yourself to others, and you can band together, and maybe not. The violence thing always seems to overspill into this, and that's always a sad thing in a sense. But people do get, like I say, they're being built up so high, maybe to thinking it's going to happen, and it doesn't happen, and it's a big sort of like someone pulling the rug from under your feet.
Saying there about the violence thing, Peter, it's very weird, man, because I'm always a big anti-violence thing, and kind of what you touched on there, kind of like, I think I might be coming along the way, like, violence without harm, like a revolution with a bit of violence, just without harm, like tossing a few, I don't know, you maybe get clubbed across the head, like just as long as it doesn't really kill people. Because
Can I just make a point, mate? Violence without harm is force. There isn't any violence without harm. That's the difference between violence and force.
Yeah, I think I go into the more like I said the divine masculine in a sense. You stand up for yourself. If somebody's doing something to you, you have to defend yourself in that sense always. So it's the, I don't know, people are angry, they're frustrated, they've got again, it's how they've built it all up. They've wanted this kind of disharmony and this big sort of, again, playing with the energy and energy harvesters and stuff going on, and it's all about manipulating the masses and just playing games with people. Really, it's kind of sad because even I thought it would be yes. I did really think at one point they're going to get this, but no, it hasn't happened.
Man, I was wanting a yes vote just to make myself seem right. I thought there would have been a yes vote, and it would have been the amalgamation of the European Union just absorbing the United Kingdom.
Okay, can I just barter in here while I've still got this in mind?
Sorry, John, batter in because
Well, it reminds me of somewhere I'll remember. I think it the '78 World Cup where Scotland were built up right to believe that they was going to win the World Cup. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And the deflation. They had a song and everything. What was it called? The manager, I forget. Someone will know. Anyway, it was just like, yeah, but people like, in the groundswell of emotions, you get took along with it, and it's like, yeah, we're going to win the fucking World Cup. No, you're not. You're fucking not.
When you talk about, we had the best team in the world.
Oh, mate, was it the '78? That was it.
Yeah, it was.
Mexico. It was Mexico, man. It's fuck. I know who you're talking about, John.
I'll get the song. The song stuck in the back of my head somewhere as well. The song, and that, it was fucking, yeah. But no, it's the aftermath and that. Watching it before, and in the contrast between like those deflated people in Glasgow who was like, oh, we'd done it in Glasgow. Like what happened everywhere else, what I know. And then that's that smug cunt on the telly,
Gary Lineker.
Oh, no, the fuck.
Yeah, him as well. Yeah.
Nobody who lives behind the black door.
I'm growing a moustache today. So.
Quite a contrast, wasn't it? Quite a contrast.
Sorry, John. Honestly, man, what's been happening in your world, mate? Because I haven't had a chance to touch base with you, man. So, what's been going on in your world, man? Anything new, man? What's like? I can't.
I'm gonna send you the link to. Remember that book I told you about? I'm gonna send you the link. It's out soon. I'm gonna send you the link for that. So that was a good positive news I've received soon. So I'm happy with that. But yeah. Yeah, the hangouts have gone to shit since you went away. No, I'm only joking. Loads more hangouts have come out actually. So look, there's been quite a few different people doing hangouts and stuff, so you can flick between them. It's quite enjoyable.
No, but let me not lie, man. Like I've heard a lot of feedback, man, and a lot of people have said that like they have went to shit and stuff since I went away. but that makes me feel very fucking uneasy. It makes me feel very uneasy in the sense that I know I'm not nothing, and it's as if it can't survive with fucking some idiot with a fucking beard with like two twangles to say, calm down a second. Do you know what I mean? But like, I don't know if that makes any sense.
No,
but
I think because you had quite a voice on YouTube, I feel, and you made quite a voice for yourself because of the input that you give, and also the volume of content that you did on either whether it was a daily basis, but you did give yourself a rest now and again. So yeah.
That was during the jail sentences.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh no, I don't give a shit, mate. Like honestly, open and transparent, man. There's no other way to be, man. I ain't getting any hide. I have not got any hide, so why hide it, man? If people get questions, ask questions, they'll get an answer. Full stop. Because there is
like it's Daisy's take on this, though. Is do you know that pure anarchistness? I've sort of like that, but because I'm plugging back into the system at the moment, that I've got no choice over, but I'm plugging back in a little bit more than I have been. It pains me. It pains me because I kind of like Daisy's purist anarchist take on things. Like, you know, I get that.
I don't know, man. Like, everybody should everybody should listen to everything. And just keep their mind up. Honestly, it sounds mental, but I can't take sides to it. I can always find the right in every fucking side. I really can, man. I find it very hard to condemn anybody. Because if somebody can be condemned, I'm fucking first of the queue, man. I'm the fucking biggest prick out the lot of them, man. I mean, I'm going to get condemned before anybody. And sorry, John, man. I know you were the last that I get around to there, man. And it was no other fucking reason other than
we skipped Kendo, haven't we? We skipped Kendo.
I'm going to go to Kendo right now, but you joined before Kendo. So Kendo. No, but John, I was going to say it's not as if I've condemned you, right, mate. It was just the way the fucking cookie crumbled. So Kendo, man. Oh fuck, man! You've got better shades than me, man. That's horrible.
Hey, £1 beer now, £1. Yeah, I've referenced the referendum. I've been for 2 days.
You're in the Manchester neck of the wood, if I'm not right in saying.
Nottingham.
Sorry, Nottingham neck of the wood.
We're all outlaws. We're all outlaws down here.
English.
But I've been in a similar world, but looking at it from a totally different angle. And yesterday, while all the furore calmed down on the media, I was doing my usual inspection of the garden and looking at the wholesale slaughter going on spiders' webs and things. But I couldn't help putting myself in the position of a sheep or a cattle in a herd. And I really had a good think about it, and I went into that mode, and I was thinking to myself, if I'm one of the herd, I'm relying, my whole world, everything, my peace, my tranquility, but I mean, I don't know, I'm going to the slaughterhouse in a few months' time, but my peace, my tranquility, my safety, my whole life is either in the hands of a shepherd or it's in the hands of a herdsman.
You're sounding dead biblical, man.
No, nothing to do with Bibles. And I'm just thinking that, you know, if we're kept in the dark, which we are, about what really goes on, I mean, we can all speculate.
Again, dark is dead biblical, man.
Oh, yeah, well, perhaps that's just the way it's coming out. You know?
Maybe that's the way the cookie crumbles. Maybe you're right, man.
I just think that in terms of what's gone on over the last few days and the last few weeks, not that we've wanted to be treated, because if someone's trying to pull the wool over your eyes, that means you're a sheep. So, not that we wanted to be that way. They have just literally treated us that way. And I'm saying us because I've been talking to two people. One of them is in the chat box, Tony B, and I don't care about the map, the line on the map. I don't care about the wall, because where he's coming from was where I'm coming from. Because I would like my independence as well, but in a proper way, and I don't. What if and ever the opportunity comes up, I don't want a politician to piss all over me like he's just pissed all over the Scottish people, just taking it for granted that they are a herd, and that as herdsmen they know better, because a herdsman is only as good as long as the fucking herd stays intact. And the minute he goes to sleep around the campfire pissed up, that's when the wolves and the wild dogs come in. And if he's asleep and if he's not doing his job properly, that's when we get ripped to bits. And we've just been ripped to bits. And we've been ripped to bits because
A long time.
they have been trying to appeal to one part of us using our language, but not a lot of it. I mean, they've fallen short by a huge mile, but they've tried to appeal to us on the level that we're on, and to the freedom side of it, the independence and all this, that and the other. But deep down underneath, all it's about for them is fucking hard cash. And if we were to sort of slow time down and look at all the fucking deals that were being done at the last minute between the corporates and the MPs, and how much influence and how much money they were going to get as a pullback if this happened or that happened. It wasn't about freedom. It was about who was going to get what if the shit hit the fan. And we've all been hoodwinked. And only time will tell if some of these bits of information that come out, whether or not votes were rigged or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's still about them selling as one concept, knowing that all they're interested in is another one. So we've got to work harder to get deeper into what they're all about, because they're nothing but a bunch of fucking arseholes, traitors. They're all committing treason, So
Yeah, but let's not forget we can chop the Queen's head off.
No, I'm not.
Legitimacy.
I'm not advocating that we put anyone in irons. I'm not advocating that we chop anyone's head off. I'm just saying that we, the people.
That's the problem, Kendall. That is the problem. It's plausible deniability. You used to have I would rather go back to and I hate monarchies, but I would rather go back to a monarchy than a parliamentary what's the fucking word I'm looking for? Because ultimately what you've got to do is you've got to hit the head of the snake, right? Like, see if that snake's a snake, chop the fucking head off, man. And it sounds horrible, I know, because nobody wants to chop anybody's head off, right? But that is the threat. That is the threat. Don't fuck us up. Don't treat us like twits. Don't treat us like twats. Don't fucking screw us over. Otherwise, we're going to chop your fucking head off. But what's happened since then? Hey, I do declare we have a parliament. Then the parliament's now the head of the fucking snake. Hey, I do declare I've got a head of the head of education, head of defence, head of this, head of that. And it's like, okay, motherfucker, you fucked that shit up. Hey, I do declare that I've got a secretary. It's all plausible deniability. I would rather one fucking singer, one song, you fuck up, and the people want to chop your head off, chop their fucking head off. And then you'll see people getting treated right. Like, call me crazy, man. Call me crazy, but I would rather a monarchy than a parliamentary democracy that we have just now, which is a scam. It's plausible deniability. It's like, hey, it's not my fault. Philip, it's not my fault. You know what I mean? It's plausible deniability. They're all passing the buck. They're passing the responsibility to somebody else. Here, don't chop my head off. My government. It's plausible deniability. I mean, like, am I mental in seeing this? Is it plausible deniability? Is it like,
No.
yeah, I'll take your fucking cash, but when you want to chop my head off for fucking screwing you over, I'll say it was my butler. Look at Paul Burrell. Look at Paul Burrell. He ended up having to hide himself on fucking, what do you call that stupid fucking program? I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here. He had to hide himself in plain fucking view. So he had to hide in plain view. Do not fucking kill me, royal family, because I know so much shit about Princess Diana. So how does he hide himself? He hides himself on ITV fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, fucking plus 10.
Yeah. And the Australian jungle.
Aye, he hid himself in the jungle. Here, I'm hiding in the jungle. He was hiding himself because he knew so much to kill those fucking pricks. He ended up in court, and part of it, I don't know whether anybody knows this because it's been that heavy buried, but I remember he ended up in court and he was witness against something the Queen done, and that's when the whole case evaporated. But the Queen is subject to the law. Scumbags, man.
But in defence, yeah, there is something in place.
You're going to defend Paul Burrell, come on.
No, I'm not going to defend Paul Burrell at all. I wouldn't defend him. I mean, he knows what he knows. I mean, who wants to be a fucking butler to the fucking royal household anyway? Get your head straight, man. That's a stupid job. You know. Who wants to check what's in the Queen's stool every morning? No, forget it. Forget it. Nah. But what I am saying, a long time, you know, I've been doing a bit of research. It's been doing my brains in, and the more I read it, the more I realise that what you're saying is, yeah, it's because they aren't doing the jobs. Neither is the Queen. But there is the Bill of Rights and the Declaration of Rights. Well, the Declaration of Rights came first, 1688. The Bill of Rights came out in 1689.
Plausible deniability. Plausible deniability.
Plausible deniability. Yeah. All bar one of those rights.
We've got the right of this. It's plausible deniability.
Yeah, all bar one of those rights.
Fucking head off, man.
Treasonous Parliament has repealed all but one of those rights, and that is the right to trial by peers. And if you look at what Ken Clarke's been up to over the last few years, you find out that they're trying to repeal that right, the only one we've got left. So, it's really a contract. When the Queen agrees to be the Queen over the sovereigns, she signs a contract to protect the rights of the sovereigns over the power of.
We can chop her head off for treason. Chop our fucking head off. Right.
But you know, it still makes no difference at the end of the day, because it's like you say, plausible deniability, and that's all.
It's not me, it's my Prime Minister. It's not the Prime Minister, it's the Secretary of Defence, it's the Secretary of Kiddie Fiddling, it's the Secretary of... They've got it all fucking worked out. They've got all one wee gimp somewhere sitting somewhere that's willing to take the rap.
Yeah, but there's one little line that brings them all into the same camp, and that one little line is that no parliament is bound by its peers. So a parliament, if it was wanting to do anything for its people, because it's not bound by its peers, it could repeal everything and say no, we can do the right thing by the people, but because, like Days was saying,
Kendall, I agree with you're saying, right? But I also think there's a more powerful thing, and it's called consent, right? You'll hear the police will fucking, we police by consent. The politicians will say that we govern by consent, right? Withdraw the consent. let's withdraw the consent for these motherfuckers, right? Now, I cannot talk because I just voted for the first time in my life in this stupid referendum. But we need to withdraw our consent. Take away our consent for these scumbags, man.
Our consent lies in old laws, and if you look at what's been mentioned by Cameron today about a decision about certain things by the end of January, you'll find that that falls in line with the timescale on this rewriting of the Constitution. And from
Coincidence?
oh, well, no, no. Well,
I think not.
the framework, the skeleton that they've prepared for us to accept, and it's a document that takes up. It's similar to what you would read as an act of Parliament or something, but this is just an example. Either way, you've all been stitched, because under the new Constitution, the only rights that anyone will have are all being given to persons, and all laws will be made. So we've been stitched up straight away, you know. Because
I'm not even getting shot by the Crown, man. I'm getting shot with my girlfriend right now, man. She's telling me I'm in. But anyway.
Yeah. So we're all stitched anyway.
Sorry,
so that's where it affects everyone in the country then, whether there's Welsh, Scottish, English, Northern Irish. It affects us all,
because we're all subjects of the Queen.
Yeah, and I don't expect that the government will behave any differently to the way they behaved over the Scottish referendum. They'll all try to, they'll continue to treat us like the herd, and we'll have to trust them to be good herdsmen when we know that they aren't. You know. So. It's
my girlfriend's fellow.
Good to see you back anyway, Kit. You know, let's get that bit. Let's get the morbid bit out of the way. Good to see you back. Glad to, be part
the
of
morbid
it.
bit's out of the way, man. My girlfriend's fell out with me, man. She said I'm being an idiot, so right, okay. Fuck, I don't want to chop my dick off to spite my face. But no, we do have a full room of fucking Peter for the Lowlands. Come on, man, you've been very quiet, man. Come on, you've got lots of stuff to say, man. Come on, honestly, mate.
Like what?
I don't know, man. Just tell me what.
Where you want to go?
What have I missed? What have I missed? Not in the slagging people terms. What the hell have I missed in the general scope of what's going on? Apparently, I touched a wee bit on the No Agenda show, and they were talking about the fakery of the beheadings. So maybe you can expand on that, because I do respect those guys' point of view, and don't know, maybe you can.
Oh, yeah, well, what's left to say? Even the media experts are saying it's faked, it's edited, it's duped, it's propaganda, it's highly produced propaganda. They're just not willing to take the next step and saying that the whole beheading is faked. So however those guys come to death or not to death or whatever happened to those guys in reality is still a big unknown, to me at least, because well, that's not what they're showing. They're showing some fucking shitty Photoshop and a bullshit act. But the latest video is very interesting, because now they're bringing up some journalist who is going to expose the truth in the coming in a couple of programs he's going to bring out in the coming days. So he's going to start his little podcast on fucking YouTube and expose the truth. So, and I've been talking with Peter about this, because I have this fucking the first time I saw it was immediately like, well, okay, cool, because the guy is like sitting behind the desk. And there's this black screen behind him, so you cannot see nothing about where he is or where he's at, or what's behind him or what's surrounding him. Or there's no guy holding a knife next to him. He's just sitting there, pretty relaxed actually. The media portray it as if he's distressed, but he's fucking completely chilled out, and he's just doing a podcast basically. But I just had the idea, like, yeah, we're gonna expose the truth over the coming programs, and I just could see that screen drop in the background, and then just the 3 guys who were beheaded show up again, turn up alive, like, nah, 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 we hate you. See, you're starting a war with us because of bullshit. La 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 la. Yeah. So I'm kind of hoping for that it turns out to be something like that. It's probably not. So the writing, it's satire. It's all propaganda. It's all to get us into another war. It's to sell another war. So I don't pay too much attention to the to the whole beheading shit anyway.
I've just realised as well, and Jesus, I hope he fucking forgives me. John S, man, I fucking ignored you for fucking ages, man, and or have I ignored you?
I had my little 2 penny whiff before.
I'm sorry, I don't know, man. I like, believe it or not, I do actually kind of hope to fucking border on the edge of fairness and give everybody. So, John S, man, how you doing, my friend, man? Heard you've been out walking your dog again, man. Is that just a vicious rumour?
What was that then?
You've been out walking Kia again. You've been out walking Kia again.
Yeah, that was a rumour based on fact. Believe it or not.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with having
They did a video about this fucking referendum. But I've been very, very quiet. Very, very quiet about it. I've not said fuck all about it. I've been that quiet until today, because it was. Although it did, I did like mention at the back of my mind. I got a twinge where I thought maybe there's a fucking little bit of something here, but no, it's just a selection of bad apples. and the thing is, borders and assets and stuff. The stuff that Scotland is to the Crown. That they don't let that go. They don't let it go.
People don't understand the first king of the UK was Scottish. I mean, like, and I don't say that in the sense like Scotland rules England. I mean in the sense that the elite motherfuckers don't give a shit about us paupers. They don't give a fuck whether you think you're English or Scottish and apples and pears and shit, man. They just want you to rule.
They care about you in terms of that, in terms of...
exactly.
In terms of economics.
Can you give us money? Exactly, man. So, apart from... How's... it's not Kia.
Yeah, it is. Spot on.
Is it Kia? I've got it right. How's Kia?
She's good. She's asleep here now. She's alright. She's good. She's 4 years old now, so she's hitting her prime. She's alright.
She's what? 4 years old?
Yeah, she's 4 now.
Is that old? I don't know dogs.
That's just about. She's about peaking. She's about peaking now. So another couple of years, and then she's still a bit giddy now and again, but more or less settled down now. All good. It's all good. They're dead giddy, aren't they? The staffies and that. So anything with a terrier in, they can be quite giddy till about 4, and then that's when you start enjoying it. They settle down. But no, apart from that, I've been very, very quiet myself, actually, like you. But I've just been having a little bit of a rest, or I've been busy on other things. But
there's nothing wrong with
the bong and anything like that.
There's nothing wrong with a bit of the Butlins Hotel, mate. Man, nothing wrong with a bit of the Butlins Hotel. But like,
you get free meals up there, what? No, for a you get free meals a day.
That's what I'm saying. I hate saying it, man, because it makes it sound as if it's
cushy.
But I can't detract for the fact.
It's really cushy for me now. Now I don't watch TV, and I suppose other people maybe you don't watch TV. If you ever did get locked up and I'd be like, just give me a book, and I'll be happy. I'll be happy. Lock the door and give me a book. I don't want you to stick your teller, because they use it as an incentive, don't they? They use it as an incentive, for good.
I need that pen and paper. if I can have a book and I'll be demented, but if I have a pen and paper with the book, because I need to take notes and like I don't know, I need to take my thoughts and feelings on. I don't know, and I'm weird. I need to think about the fucking shit that's presented to me, man.
Nothing wrong with writing.
But like you know, pens and paper are fucking sometimes hard things to come across and that.
Technology.
Mate, you and your missus, I mean your Kia.
Don't say. He's just said that. I can't believe he just said that. No, me and my dog. I've got a dog.
Oh man, come on, man.
It's better than having a missus, to be honest with you. She don't fucking answer back.
Mate, listen, get fucking more loyalty out of her than you will most.
A billion times more loyal. Only my experience. That's just my experience. Not on the misogynist.
Fucking more loyalty out of a dog than a girl. Any time, man. I don't know. I'm not even saying that. I'm not even saying that shit.
I've been down riots. Do you remember the Manchester riots? Although I wasn't rioting, I took Kia down. She was only a puppy as well. I was down there with her, just watching it all, and ended up getting legged by the police. Got swept up by it, but I didn't do anything. I was just there observing. But yeah, Kia was there. She's been fucking everywhere with me. That dog, everywhere. She's like my shadow. Can't get it.
So I don't know, like
Kendo's gone.
I was just like somebody just dropped. I was trying to get round everybody, man, because fuck it, I cannot deal with responsibility. My girlfriend's already texted me and said, nah. My girlfriend's already texted me and said you're in trouble. So Cookie, fucking talk something. Tell us something responsible.
What? Something responsible. Use toilet paper. Don't just use your bare hand.
No, come on, man. You're capable. More responsible stuff than that.
Or at least use a leaf or something, you know, or a goosey's neck.
They should tell me how to use dock leaves.
Well, yeah, you can if you want. They're good though, as long as you get them the right side up.
No, like I don't know. Jesus,
Yeah,
maybe this is the time for me to learn to say, time's a good one. It's time to say stop. Remember, I don't know. Stop broadcast. I don't know, man. I'll keep it going if you want, man. I just want to rumble over and sleep with my girlfriend, to be honest, man.
Do that then.
Aye, but I can't keep the broadcast going, man. So.
Well, round it up.
Yeah, round it up.
Yeah.
Go and do that. Go and do that.
Peter, tell us the crux of the matter from the continent. Peter, in fact, in chat. Peter from
the Octagon's tentacles are coming to get you.
Exactly.
That's the crux of the continent.
Yeah, family and girlfriends go before hangout.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, man. I just want to.
Why don't you tell us about what you were reading while you were on your holiday?
Oh, Jesus, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll keep him busy for another 3 hours.
Yeah. No, but like this, I've never been so excited about a body of work, let's call it, before in my life, man. But I've got fucking like, hold on, like I numbered them. I had to number the pages. Right, so it's for 34. Oh, fuck. Like, man, it's like a lot of pages full, and a lot of pages full. But I don't know, like, what is something that people find mysticky about the Freemasons? What is it people don't understand about the Freemasons? I've never understood I've never understood the Freemasons before more than I do right now, and they're just boys. That's just a pissing. It's just a I can pee longer than you club. That's all Freemasons are. I can pee higher up the wall than you. Until a certain extent, and then they start talking about taking over the world. But the dude, I don't know. Let me think. The symbolism, right? Do you want to see the all-seeing eye symbolism in the? Hold on, I've actually got this. I've got it because See what you do when you're in the hotel, man. What stuff in your fucking mind. But I do know where methods of punishment.
Kip, I'm going. Everyone, I'm going. Go and see Mrs. Kip. I'm not going to get me in between you and that. See you in a bit, guys.
Good night.
I'm going to go over and see my missus, man. In fact, John S. Excuse me, that's a good fucking. I need to go here and see my missus, but I'm going to. That is a good shout. I'm going to go through all this, man, at some point, and let you all know. It's not about letting you all know. This is the writings that Freemasons will tell you. Everything's got about fucking 20 million fucking. Oh Jesus, 20. I don't know, man. Nah, I'm just looking at the people in the chat room. No, that it's just crazy days. That don't make sense.
Well, wind it up, say thank you and good night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do that.
man. Yeah.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.